X.
Welcome back to yet a brand new video. I wanted to go ahead and do a quick review on the most recent Summrs album titled Ghost, which went ahead and dropped last Friday. It's received quite a bit of negative feedback, to be honest. I went ahead and I got a few listens in over the weekend and then also today again to kind of refresh myself. So I mean, this track list was very long. 21 tracks I'm just not really a fan of long albums in general, although you got to give it to Summrs. There was one consistent theme, one consistent sound, a lot of distorted 808s. He did a lot of crazy vocal inflections. Kind of sounded like Youngboy at times, although, you know, Summrs still has his own lane. I'm not saying he's exactly like Youngboy or anything, but this is a certain style of Summrs that it works sometimes, but I think for an album that's 20 songs long, it gets a little bit repetitive or boring sometimes. But right away, if we look at the track list, I mean, Devil on My Back, it's a banger. It's one of the best songs on the album. I thought Like Whoa was super crazy what he did on the vocals there, but I weirdly found it catchy. There was a couple songs actually produced by Benny X, who is arguably the hottest producer out right now, alongside like Filthy and a whole bunch of other guys. But Benny X, he did his thing on Shake It. This is actually one of my favorite songs right now, so kind of like the Just Wanna Rock Jersey Club kind of influence in it. It was Summrs experimenting. I thought the snippet was hilarious when I first heard it. Now that I've actually have like the official song, I actually think it's really fire. I thought the song with like Desire was cool. That is the only feature on Summrs albums here in 2023 that we've gotten, is his boy Desire. Literally the rest has just all been Summrs, which is fine by me. It just, like I said, things don't really get too spiced up when the track lists are so long. So I mean, maybe I'd like to see other features, even if it is just Summrs, like that's fine by me. I thought the track list was overall kind of spotty. A highlight was definitely Prayer. I thought that was a solid song. No Really, which was the single. I thought, you know, Chase the Money also had a few production credits throughout this album. I thought he did really good. I thought this little track run here with Got the Money, Free Body, Like BK was also one of the best on the album. I think a lot of people have said this is their favorites. I thought this song was Summrs in his bag rapping wise, and then this was another one that was like a hard snippet that a lot of people wanted. Also, I think it was Free Body was the one where he's like, I hate women, and it was just hilarious because that's just what he was doing vocally on this album. Now for the rest of the track list after that, I like a few of the other songs. The last couple I really started to get a little bored with. Now I think it's a solid album. I actually do have some songs in the rotation. I'm not going to completely dog it. I'm just going to say as an album as a whole, I don't know how much I'm going to go back to it, but I definitely have some songs added to my playlist. And if you look at Summrs' page right here, his last two albums I actually really enjoy and are my favorite from him. The one from last summer was really good, Fallen Raven. This is kind of when I really started listening to Summrs. There were so many amazing rap songs here on the first half. Then there was like a whole bunch of cool like interlude type stuff he did in the middle. And the second half was a lot of like singy stuff, plug and B, R&B, that type of stuff. And overall, this album really didn't have too many skips. It was pretty long. It was Summrs, you know, solo the whole time. It showed a lot of versatility and growth in his music. And then if you look at his other album that came out in January, I didn't really cover it too much other than like before the album. But again, it was all Summrs just solo, and there was bangers like Relying on Roxy, which I know a lot of people love, that sound like it could be on Ghost. But this album was again more versatile despite it being extremely long. I thought there's songs like Russian Roulette, Van Cleef Poppin', Addy Geek, those songs, those rap songs from Summrs were not as like hardcore, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy Summrs and that type of bag a lot better. And then on the whole second half of this album, he got in his Drake bag, started singing a lot more, experimented with more alternative sounds and that type of stuff. And that is my personal favorite side of Summrs. I also thought there was other little bangers tucked in there like Pilates and that type of stuff that actually did well for him. But when it came to like the guitar beats and that type of stuff, I thought Summrs sounded really good on it. This is one of the best albums this year and probably the best underground album this year, to be honest. But going back to what I talked about earlier about there just being so much hate for this album, I think a lot of people maybe just don't like Summrs on that type of style that he gave us with Ghost. Therefore, he already dropped a Plug and B song on SoundCloud, and I think it's actually doing pretty well. A lot of people said that that would have been the best song in the album or whatever, which is just kind of annoying, but they low-key like bullied him into like getting right back into Plug and B and just going back to his roots on a sound and genre that he low-key created. So that's actually what we're going to be getting next, is the What We Have EP2. I'm not sure if he'll make it a full full album or EP, whatever. But he's going back to Plug and B, back to his roots. I think a lot of Summrs fans are going to be very happy that he's going to go back to that sound and style again. I'm certainly excited for him to do that as well. You got to give it to Summrs though. Like, he has multiple different styles. He low-key helped create the Plug and B lane. He kind of, you know, it's kind of his thing. That's his bag. If you're going to drop 4 albums, like he says, he's already dropped 2 this year, you're going to have to be able to switch things up, and you just can't put out the same song over and over again. And while the track lists are very long, I think that Summrs has done a decent job of, you know, being versatile this year. And I just think Ghost is just him building his discography. I think that this has a certain sound. A lot of people were joking that it's going to have like the Whole Lotta Red effect. And I certainly see Ghost as something that could definitely grow on me in the future as I listen to it more and more. I actually am enjoying it. So I'm not going to completely dog this album because I think there's some highlights, some songs to take away, although the track list is slightly spotty. It's not, you know, perfect by any means, you know, front to back or anything like that. I think he gave it his best effort. He's building his discography. I'm feeling like 5.5 I think is fair. Definitely let me know in the comments down below your guys' thoughts on Ghost. I want to know your guys' favorite songs down below in the comments. Other than that, many more videos are coming soon. I just want to get this little review for, you know, the album, you know, just being out. I wanted to make another Summrs video for you guys. Other than that, I'll have more thoughts for you guys over on Twitter and Instagram, so go check me out there. And other than that, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.